Everyone knows
That's an attack.
Everyone knows my picks.
Not shocked at all that Lewis believes half.
No, me neither.
Illuminati, dude, 7 more powers is almost fact. It's kind of childish if you don't think it's...
Mom, I think something's gonna go wrong on the plane. I think we're starting to go down. But I just wanted you to know about Arvind's pick this week. He picked the moon landing. It was such a good pick, and I'm just really happy that I get to tell you this before I never talk to you again.
Keep going.
Before I never see you.
Welcome to Tears Podcast, where you, the audience, decides the winner and loser each week. Here on this podcast, we rank anything from the best things to the worst things and anything in between. And you, the audience, get to decide. So make sure you vote. Hit that link in the bio. Vote for your best picks, who you think had the best picks. And let's go.
That's right. Let's get started. Let's find out who is the winner of episode 9. Any thoughts? Any thoughts? I mean,
I think Steven should chime in on this one. Do you know who won?
I think I had great picks. There was a lot of comment section. This lady named Amy in the section, shouts out Amy, said Steven had great picks.
A lot of people said thank you for my victory last week. I appreciate that.
I did do that. A lot of people. Lewis got some love with his picks.
Wasn't I? Yeah, did
Got
I?
some
I wasn't
love.
able to check this week.
I got some hate in the comments. Lewis also got some hate in the comments.
Per usual.
Well,
The comments did indicate that not big of a connection for Arvind. So we're gonna see. I don't know. Let's find out.
Your
But last
number 2
week
is good.
was the most underrated TV characters. A lot of characters were mentioned. I'm not going to go through all of that. So go last week to watch that episode and see what the gentleman picked. The 4th place person with their TV characters, with 23 out of the 130 votes, was AJ.
oh,
Yeah.
going last didn't help me.
No,
I see.
you
Okay.
really screwed yourself on that
Fair
one.
enough.
You had the
went first.
opportunity. You won last week. AJ won last week also. Check that video out. And he threw a wild curveball in the player order. So, yeah, who knows?
Okay.
In 3rd place with 30 votes is Mr. Arvind.
Interesting.
Steven, I'm gonna freaking
So that leaves
turn your
Steven and
upside
Lewis
down, bro.
in 1st or 2nd.
Jumping 60.
And I gotta say, this one was a little tight. Only 7 votes separate you two. A mere 7. And the winner, with the applause track ready to burn, with 42 votes, is Lewis Doniston.
Champion! Arvind, you need to make a comeback, dude. All that crap talk. And when was
Lewis-
the last time you won?
Lewis, give yourself 10 seconds. What do you got to say to the people?
I mean, just really appreciate y'all voting for me, being loyal, being consistent. I mean, I have the best picks week in and week out, and you all see that, and you agree with it, and it means a whole lot.
Well, you haven't won every time, so that's okay.
Well, I've had the best picks every time.
Can I ask a question? How many votes did we have?
130.
Okay, so we had 130 people vote.
Mm-hmm.
We have, I think, 90 subscribers.
We need those
91
guys.
now.
So
Thank you.
91. So those, quick math, 40,
Yeah.
29, 39.
39, 40, yep.
If you're voting, if you're one of those 39, hit that subscribe button. You're voting already. Just hit the subscribe button on YouTube.
That's
it's
true.
important.
Easy.
Yeah.
It helps us out. And then we can get to, what was it, 500 subscribers is the YouTube voting, which
Yeah.
is completely integrous.
And then when we get to 500, we'll light him on fire. AJ agreed to it.
Okay. Interesting.
Anything could happen.
So, Lewis, you won. You get to pick the player order.
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
AJ's going to go second. Arvin's going to go third.
Oh my gosh.
This sack of person is just going to go fourth.
Okay.
I have nothing else to add.
So, Lewis has set the player order, which means as the gentlemen pass around their opening statements, which have to fall under 90 seconds, if the gentleman before them mentions one of their picks, they can no longer use that pick. It is off the board. And their picks this week that they're discussing are what are the most
Best.
The best.
best? Yeah, what are the best
Conspiracy.
theories? Not the most believable, not the ones that are actually real, just the best ones in the most general sense of the term that are out there. All right. So we have a clock. We have no tears cards to start off. We do have a buzzword that I'm waiting to listen for very closely to. And we will give Lewis his 90 seconds starting right now.
All right, we're going to do number 3. Birds aren't real.
That's a good one.
Cameras in their eyes, going around just watching all humanity. That's number 3. Number 2, Obama's birth certificate location, that whole situation. That's coming in at number 2. That was just freaking ridiculous. This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Not the craziest thing I've ever heard. Because at number 1, we've got the whole COVID-19 and 5G relation. They're saying that the 5G towers are like messing with the electromagnetic frequencies, and it's messing with our immune systems, and it's allowing everyone to get COVID and so rapidly. So I'll do as number 1. It's pretty in the times, I think. You know, it's connecting to a bunch of stuff that's going on right now. So I'll put that up at number 1. It would say statistically it was getting matches with 9/11 and things like that for conspiracy talk.
Okay.
So that's it.
All right. You're good under the 90 seconds. Let's reset the clock for player number 2, which is AJ. You cannot use COVID, Obama, or birds aren't real. That one's interesting. Dive into that. 90 seconds starts now.
Okay. We're going to discuss the 5G towers because I don't know if you completely understand what the conspiracy theory was, but we'll get into that. Number 3, the Shroud of Turin. I don't know if everyone's familiar with this one. It's widely popular. I'll talk more about it once we get into the discussion phase, but it's wildly interesting. BBC just did a documentary on it a couple years ago. It's crazy. Number 2, Bohemian Grove. You are not a conspiracy theorist if you've never heard of Bohemian Grove. And then number 1, QAnon.
What is that?
QAnon?
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into it, but QAnon led to January 6th. Have you heard of that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there you go. That's QAnon.
That's a great one.
All right, AJ, thank you for those picks. Those are very nice. Arvind, you are player number 3. Let's go ahead and do your picks. 90 seconds on the clock and go.
All right, number 3, I'm going with the Disney conspiracy theory, Frozen. I'll get into that a little later. Number 2, the headquarters of the Illuminati, the Denver airport.
Nice pick.
That's a good one.
Number 1, just probably the all-time biggest conspiracy theory, the moon landing. Those are my 3.
All right, you're good for 90 seconds. Steven, all those picks are taken. You cannot say any of them. Your 3 must begin right now. 90 seconds, go.
The moon landing wasn't one of my picks. I'm upset. I chose 4th injusticely. So
That's not a word.
very injusticely.
Can't possibly be a word.
Definitely a word. Hey,
Do you want to fact check it?
interruption here? Is it my time?
Well, it is your time. Go ahead.
Thank
90
you.
seconds.
Let's get a tick card for that guy. I don't even know what time I'm at because I'm so discombobulated. Is that a word? I don't know. Number 3, it's a classic that Bigfoot is actually real. There are still people in North America that are out there searching for Bigfoot. Okay, that a Sasquatch is out there just roaming around, specifically in North America, not in Northeast Asia or somewhere like in the Himalayas. I don't know. Number two. Tom Hanks eats kids. Eats, drinks the blood of children. Tom Hanks is the most lovable guy. That he is part of this deep Illuminati. There are some Hollywood weirdos, but definitely not Tom Hanks. And the number 1 has to be Flat Earth. The flat earthers out there. We had Kyrie Irving in a press conference talking about the flat Earth. I think that is the most far-fetched. The pictures of the Earth out there. We'll get into it, and those are my picks.
Okay, you're also under 90 seconds. You're good. So all the picks are out there. We're going to give first the gentleman a chance to kind of just briefly explain through the discussion. So no real critiques here yet, gentlemen. You're just going to go through, kind of give yourself a chance to explain them all, and we'll just kind of follow the player order again very briefly. So Lewis, your picks were COVID, Obama's birth, and birds aren't real. I think birds aren't real, Obama's. We all are pretty aware of that. Explain the COVID-19 5G one. Let's talk about that.
So from the article, there's been a lot of controversy about COVID. And is it real? Is it made in a lab? Where was it made? Blah, blah, blah. But the thing I read that I thought was the most far-fetched and most conspiracy thing, is that like the 5G towers, electromagnetic frequency or something weakens our immune system somehow, and it's allowing COVID to spread so rapidly and things like that. So I thought that was the craziest one out of all the COVID-related conspiracy theories out there.
Okay. Now, AJ, you have a couple of them that some of the guys were curious about. QAnon, Bohemian Grove, Shroud of Turin. Just briefly explain all those real quick.
Okay. The Shroud of Turin is the cloth that supposedly Jesus Christ was laid in after he was crucified. It's been dated back to roughly when he was alive with carbon dating. It's been examined by NASA. It's known to have been viewed in northern Italy. That's why it's in the Shroud of Turin, the town of Turin, in 1450 something. It has blood on it. It's been examined. It does have blood on it. It has blood where his feet would have been nailed together. It has there's more to it. Obviously, you could go down a rabbit hole, but that's the Shroud of Turin.
So then what's the conspiracy theory behind that? That just exists, or is it like in magical powers, or like what?
I mean, the fact that it exists, the fact that there's an outline of Jesus Christ
And that it just
would
lasted
imply that he existed.
Yeah.
There's also some people who say, like, originally it was thought that the carbon dating didn't take him all the way back to hold on. Good Lord.
Keep going,
I mean, we're never going to finish this podcast.
It's gonna
Okay.
be a long one.
I don't remember where I was, but the Catholic Church messed with the carbon dating because some people thought that maybe he lived through the crucifixion, so then he couldn't have been resurrected.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Bohemian Grove, that's just a place where the elites of the world camp, and supposedly they, have sex with each other, they bring in like kids, they sacrifice people. There's different people choose different things about that, but it's pretty crazy. It has been videotaped. So
where's the conspiracy? It is a real thing.
what actually goes
Bill
on,
Gates
no one
making out with Will
knows.
Smith.
What actually goes on, no one knows.
Yeah.
And then number one, QAnon. So basically, far right-wing extremists believe that Trump and military advisors were fighting a civil war with other members of the government that were Democrats, that were trying to like overthrow him basically, and that he would eventually take the reins of power and take our country back. That's what a lot of people on January 6th said, and of course we all know how that played out.
Okay, perfect. Arvind, yours, moon landing headquarters, those are pretty straightforward, but the Frozen Disney one, what is this one?
So apparently, I think it was 1996. I think it was 96. It's upper 90s. Walt Disney dies. Okay. And it is thought that he was frozen.
Yeah.
They were freezing him and saving him to come back later when cancer could be cured, because that's what he had.
Oh.
So Disney created the movie Frozen so it would stop all the Google searches from popping up of Walt Disney freezing himself.
Interesting.
Number 2, Denver Airport.
Okay.
This one is thought to be the headquarters of the Illuminati.
It's got
So
It's
I do have my notes.
real.
One sus thing was it went $2 billion over budget and took an extra 16 months to be built than what it originally was. Okay.
All the time.
It has some very suspect paintings inside. People can go Google and see. And this one, I don't know if it's true, but I'm just going to take what Google says is apparently the overview of the airport is in the shape of a swastika.
Oh, so we are Illuminati and Nazi time.
Yeah. Number 1, moon landings. This one's pretty big.
Yeah.
The 3 big pieces of evidence was the shadows are wrong, the flag was waving, and there are no stars.
All right, Steven, yours are also pretty straightforward. I don't know if you have to explain too much. Flat Earth being the Earth is flat. Tom Hanks eats kids, and then Bigfoot is real.
So Bigfoot is this big hairy guy.
Yeah, no, we
Lives,
got.
He
no, it's
did
okay, it's
say
okay.
the Himalayas.
Real, dude.
He did say the Himalayas. That's the Yeti. That's
No.
not Bigfoot.
Oh, first
That's
of
a
all,
different thing.
I find it suspicious how it's just Americans that believe in this Bigfoot guy.
Well, Bigfoot's
in North America.
Yeah. So the
There's
Yeti
a Yeti, and
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You did two different things
It's
in one
real,
pick.
dude.
Seems suspicious.
Okay.
Seems like
so
a lot of their
we
picks
know
are
who
real.
Bigfoot is. He is a anchor on TNT. His name is Shaquille O'Neal.
So now that we have them all out there, let's get to the discussion part. Some critiques. Why are your the best?
Arvind would
why,
like to
why is
go
the best?
first.
And Arvind, you had almost a hot take nomination early on.
I have, Lewis. So, how much research did you do for yours?
I mean, just as much as usual, a lot.
So, can you explain to me the birds aren't real conspiracy?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who think that, okay, you're going to get real into the technicality. Like, they're not real. Even if they're robots, that's something real. They're saying that they're not actual animals and
Okay.
that they're engineered to sit there and just spy and watch the human race.
Okay. Can I get into what that actually is?
Okay, go ahead.
It actually is a college student who said that to promote how crazy theories are in general. He just made it up. Not even a thing.
I think all conspiracy
He did
theories
it
are just
as
made
he
up.
did it as a joke.
I do remember
So
reading that
it's
now.
not a theory. Simeon, you can look it up. For
I think all conspiracy theories are just
not
made up.
being a theory at all.
It's just a
I'm
theory. He
gonna
made
have
it.
to
He
nominate
said
you
it.
for a hot take.
He said it.
I believe.
It's a theory. It doesn't matter if he was joking or not. People believe it.
All right, well,
people
we gotta
make sense
People
of it.
don't
we got to
believe it.
vote. We got to vote.
Yeah.
It's on
I mean, so a hot take, a nomination has been made. Three of the gentlemen have to unanimously agree that that person's take was a hot take, and then therefore they have to have a da bomb sauce chicken wing. So it sounds like AJ and Arvin are in agreement. Steven.
Just because it's not a
And then I want
conspiracy
to fact
theory.
check it because I looked up conspiracy theories and that was on multiple lists.
Okay,
So
no,
if it's on a
let's.
conspiracy theory list and it's
All right.
on there. I think that just null and voids your whole argument.
Before we go down this rabbit hole,
Okay.
it is not. It was a short-lived actual conspiracy theory that was later completely disproven because the guy who made it up said, "I made it up." Therefore,
And-
it can't
because
be
people are getting
a
so
real
close to the truth.
He
conspiracy
was at
theory.
some rally and he just had a sign that he just made for fun.
It's
We were
actually
getting too close to the truth, so then they had to cover it up.
birds told him to.
Boom.
it's actually a van. There's a picture right here. I'll put it in post. It's the van. Birds aren't real. Every bird is a government surveillance drone.
I agree that it should be a hot take
It is because it's
because if you would have read
if you
any,
would have
On a
just typed it
conspiracy list.
in, you would have
I
seen
did.
it. It's not a
On
conspiracy,
conspiracy
theory.
list. It's a theory. He said it still. Doesn't matter
So-
if he did it falsely or not.
We have two
No.
votes, and
You have two votes, and then say your piece, and then the moderator will lay his final judgment.
well, if the three of us vote, then it's a hot take.
I mean, don't I have veto power in some
don't-
cases?
Yeah, he
No.
does, dude.
I don't think so.
You don't
No,
think
I'll
so?
take
well,
you
what
know,
do you
We
vote,
defined
Steven?
we agreed that if the three of us vote for one person, it's a hot take. However, I will say this: as a man who's eaten that death chicken, I think the general public, if they read across it, they would think that the birds are just a conspiracy theory. We're getting too much into it. I don't want to have my brother suffer.
That's not what
Okay.
it's about. Okay.
I
All right.
No,
I
that's
can't
his
I
decision.
can't say it's a hot take.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not only that, here's what I was
Witch
going to
hunt.
say. I was going to say to this. So, yes, it is made up, but it is a satirical conspiracy theory. So, even though it has the adjective in front of it that it is satirical and it was all made up, it's still proved to be a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
So I would have given him the benefit of the doubt there.
I want to talk about his other pick that
Okay.
he also doesn't understand.
COVID-19 5G.
Yeah. So the theory had nothing to do with weakening immune systems.
Okay.
The theory that
Okay.
was being spread around social media that I'm aware of was that there were chips in the vaccinations that would connect to the 5G towers that would allow our government to track the movement of everyone.
See, that's just not what I read. So my
I'm
bad.
not-
I read
I'm
a
not
different
convinced
article. It's
you read
conspiracy
at all.
theories. Oh my God. If I could pull up my phone and show you the articles, I would. I will after the podcast. It's
Yeah.
enough of the gang up.
Well, we'll
Let's
circle
move
back
on.
around to it.
God, Jesus.
Let's argue why
But, hold
why
on.
you think they're the best. I mean, that's what we have to figure out here. Why is your
I think the
opinion
best because they're the most outlandish. A bunch
Well-
of y'alls, I almost low key believe. So I don't think they should be theories.
That
They
sounds
should be
about
facts.
Okay.
I want to know if this is. We're gonna sidebar Lewis, I guess here. Lewis, when AJ was explaining his picks, he mentioned that to prove the existence of Jesus, or to mention something like, did Jesus exist? I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement that Jesus did exist.
No, what I was saying was that it would prove that he was resurrected.
Okay, so the question is not towards did he exist, but rather is he the Son of God, the man who did? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can get with it.
There are other
Okay.
various theories associated with, did someone just make it up to to sell it? Was it actually used by the guy that was crucified?
So then that's the same thing what you all were getting on me about. You
Yeah,
just made it
well-
up with the bird thing. All of them are technically just made up and people go with
Well,
You can't you can't just say it's all relative.
Yeah.
Because these are actual conspiracy theories, and one of yours was not an actual conspiracy theory.
It was a satirical one, and I am seeing that there was
Proving wrong again.
it is a fringe theory, but it
Can't
has
keep
made
vibes with people.
its way mainstream. It started out by on this French website that was posted there called the Rabid Sheep, and it floated around and eventually made its way towards the mainstream American internet, and it is So 5G towers being installed in Wuhan before the outbreak, then the outbreak happens, and now we have mind control. Something like that. That's the
mind
quick
control?
version.
I didn't
Yeah.
get that. I didn't get that.
I don't. The Shroud of Turin. I don't think that's too far fetched. It's like, hey, I don't think it's ridiculous. It's like, hey, we have this piece of evidence here that was related to a body that definitely did exist. The question would be, is this man the Son of God? Whatever.
Right.
I mean, think about how many cloths they probably have out, especially in that time in the world where that seems like the world kind of began. And what is that? The ancient Near East.
But no, there's never been another linen cloth that has someone's outline of their face.
No offense. There's never been anyone more famous than Jesus, right?
Michael Jackson.
He's got like
Fame has nothing to do with whether
Michael
fame
Jackson.
has nothing to do
no
with
one's
whether
going-
or not their residue from your dead corpse
No one's gonna be like-
leaves an imprint on a linen
Yeah,
cloth.
but
or
here's the
not.
thing: is no one's gonna be like, you know what? We got Randy down the street. We found the jacket he wore all the time. You know, Michael Jackson dies.
That doesn't
You're gonna
seem
have
like a good analogy
no,
whatsoever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't even know
That
where you're
seems
going
dumb.
with this, Steven.
That's just a dumb thing
you're,
to say.
You're gonna find Michael Jackson memorabilia all over the place. You can probably find some Genghis Khan ancient artifacts. It makes sense that someone would find a Jesus artifact in that time. So that's
I
why
see what you're saying.
that's
No.
why I don't think it's ridiculous.
No, you can't just say, well,
It could be an artifact. That's all I'm arguing. I'm not saying it's
no one argues that it's not an artifact. Yes, they carbon dated it back to 2,000 years ago. By definition, it's
seems
an
pretty
artifact.
legit to me. Then the question is, was it laid on Jesus or not?
There's a whole host of questions
The Big
Bang
associated
Theory.
with the Shroud of Turin.
Is it a hot take?
No, I
Because
can't.
I don't even know if that's a theory or not. No. You know?
All right, let's pass this around.
At least mine are real.
Let's pass this around.
And
to
at
some
least
more
I know
picks.
enough about them to know what they are.
Let's pass them
Right.
around here. We have Illuminati headquarters. We have Walt Disney being frozen. Obama's birth certificate. Flat Earth. Tom Hanks. Let's pass this around here.
That's
Any
almost
critiques
hot
on
tech,
those?
dude. Illuminati's real as hell. They have to have somewhere to do their
I'm not
meeting.
shocked at all that Lewis believes half of these
No,
conspiracy
me neither.
theories.
Illuminati, dude, 7 world powers is almost fact. Kind of childish if you
That-
don't
So
think it's
I guess
Also,
critique
media-
with Arvin's.
Mine isn't the Illuminati. It's
Right, but their headquarters-
The
You
head-
They
think
got to
the
meet somewhere. It's
Illuminati-
not so far
The
fetched.
Denver airport, out of all the places in the world, this seventh power can meet.
It's got to
They're
be
gonna pick-
Denver. It can't be
The
obvious.
Denver
They're not going to be
airport-
like put in Area 51
It was
where
like,
everyone
it
knows.
was like Hawaii, Greece, Australia, Denver. They were like,
Denver.
we're going with Denver.
Denver. It's the most,
Home of the hipsters.
You can
Yeah.
cover that up.
I guess the one thing, $2 billion over budget seems ridiculous. I know projects run over budget all the time, but $2 billion does seem.
Standing
So,
16 months.
so they say that $2 billion went into like building underground, passageways.
I could totally see it.
You're just, all these are facts then. All I'm hearing is fact. Change the theory.
But here's the other thing.
So Steven, are you in support of Arvind then?
No. I'm just saying that $2 billion seems high, but things go over budget. What's the budget? Like if it was $1 billion budget.
$2 billion is.
Here's the other thing is
Oh,
the weird artwork. You're in
16
Denver.
months.
You got some pretty, I guess, really futuristic artists out there. They're going to be making some weird art. You know,
Some of the
No,
art is
it's-
about Nazis.
that is suspicious.
I didn't know that
it sounds
Illuminati
much
and
more
Nazis
like-
were connected.
The art, some you could argue, coincides with the theory that
Yeah.
it's yeah.
And there's
Nazis
also
and-
like a I think they're called capstones, like those stones that are
No,
like,
gargoyles.
No.
Oh, well, there's gargoyles there too.
Oh,
Those are real.
But they're like these stones that they're like there's like writing on it. Have you know what I'm talking about? Sometimes they're in these like monuments.
Yeah, and it has the
Hieroglyphics.
And
free,
there's
the Freemasons.
Yep. There's a Freemason sign.
God, I'm just throwing you layups.
Jeez, man.
Dude, this
So,
is fact.
I
fact,
read
fact.
about. See, I did research and I read about one of the ones that I might pick.
Okay, all right.
What were yours?
Let's not creep into
Well,
personal
hold
attack
on.
territory.
Can
Go ahead.
I
just-
critique Lewis's other pick for a second?
No, we've had
QAnon
enough
thing is
critiquing on
stupid.
Lewis. We're gonna drop that.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it
Um,
back at the end though.
Here we go.
Enough.
Your closing statements.
My picks are great. Everyone knows about them. They don't have to do intense research. Is it a satirical?
I forgot what
Is
they
it
were already.
not satirical? Is it real? Were there blankets in 2000 BC? I don't know. Probably. Seems pretty legit. Bigfoot. Everyone knows Bigfoot. Okay.
He's real.
Tom Hanks.
Bigfoot is the corniest conspiracy
Bigfoot
theory there is.
real.
Okay, there we
But
go.
here's the thing: is what makes it great is there are people out there searching for this person or animal. Who knows what he is?
We're all
Hey,
searching for
people
something.
hey,
that believe
did
it.
millions
He's a
of
center
people
for the
storm
Lakers.
the capital of the United States for Bigfoot? No,
Millions,
that's
dude.
why that pick stinks.
Millions.
Those people were
Yeah,
not
a
gonna get
million.
into it. Here's the other thing: is
You know what's funny about the flat Earth one
what's that?
is that flat Earthers completely agree that the sun and moon are spherical.
That's wild. I did
But
not know
the
that.
Earth is flat.
And the
Learn
reason
something
why
new
the
every
reason
day.
why the flat Earth is so great is because you had mainstream, I guess, celebrities. As I mentioned, Kyrie is like, you know what? How do we know what
Celebrity.
they're?
It's like someone just made it up one day.
It's like well, someone online
It's not
definitely made it up.
satirical.
So
I think that's the power of conspiracy theories. They can
Is that-
reach any audience. They can reach any
they can have
celebrities.
just enough bits and pieces that you know that. And here's the thing: is every time I say the flat Earth, I just think about is it Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Shouts out Johnny Depp. I hope you get through that situation. We support you, buddy. I always think about them going to the in the earth, you know, when it falls off.
Flips. yeah.
Because that one wasn't just made up on the spot. People back before
There's conventions.
North America
There are
was
flat Earth
found,
conventions.
Made it up.
Spain and the old world countries believe that
They just made
that
it
the
up.
Earth just fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because someone
But
just
here's the
said
thing:
it.
is now we have pictures of that Earth.
Yeah, well, they're all made
We
up,
have-
so just no
I
one
think they
watch our
think
video and
it's
don't
like-
pick any of the picks.
Boom, boom, boom. It's stacked.
Hold on,
That's
so
why I think it's flat.
I think I've done
The
a little bit
dimension.
convincing on why mine's great. But can you talk to us about Bohemian Rhapsody, your second pick?
right.
What
that
is
just
it?
seems.
Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay, what's
right.
Bohemian
You didn't do
Grove?
any research on that. You just said they got a video of it. A bunch of rich people go camping.
Louis, quit being so salty because you didn't read any of yours.
Dude, don't be salty because you got
my
proved
gosh.
wrong twice. Your hot take didn't go through. It's not my fault.
Obama's
Birth certificate.
birth certificate, I would argue that's not a conspiracy theory.
Oh my.
And that's interesting because you brought it up one week as a celebrity scandal. Go check out that episode.
Yeah, not a conspiracy theory.
Well, then do the research.
Have
on
we
it when
seen
you have the
Obama's
time.
birth certificate yet?
Yeah,
I haven't.
He was forced. That's how it was so crazy. He was forced to actually show it.
But
at
wouldn't
some
that
point.
disprove the theory?
Yes.
If we know where he's born, it would disprove the theory, right?
Wow, that's some great.
Okay, so
that's
flat
some
Earth's
great
not a theory
theory.
because it's been disproven.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Like Jesus Lord.
Yep, that's true.
Jesus is Lord, and
Jesus is the
that's a
Lord.
great point.
Picking and pucking and everything, guys. Jesus.
That's a great point. I gotta say, Louis, that's a great point.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
you know who
Please
has
put me
conspiracy
alone.
theories that cannot be proved or disproved? Us too.
Yeah, they can.
Sounds like some
How?
teaming
There's a
up.
video of the place that you're at proven wrong. It's not conspiracy theory anymore. It's fact. Go
Also,
there and do it.
No.
Did we give
what
AJ the
happens-
tier card when he interrupted my?
No,
Uh,
the moderator decided
I
not to.
didn't- Yeah, I didn't lay it on him, but
Yeah.
Tears card is sitting hot and ready.
Are you the moderator or is he?
Aliens.
No one's
Area 51.
no one said the buzzword yet.
Area 51.
Alex Jones.
Rothschild.
No. Keep going.
Rothschild.
Keep talking. Think conspiracy theories.
Okay,
Here's the
Bohemian
hint.
Grove, the whole point that makes it a conspiracy is it could just be an innocent group of art. It was founded by artists and politicians who thought like they should get together. and-
Because they're always innocent. Am I right?
anyway, it could be something very devious or it could be very innocent. We don't know.
And that's a conspiracy theory. They could be doing good stuff or bad stuff. No. Okay.
You're right, Lewis. Everything's made up. Don't watch the video. Don't pick any of our picks because they're all made up and they're all dumb.
Okay, a couple as we start to close towards our 90 seconds closing statements. We have not touched on Tom Hanks eating kids, or we've not really
one
dove into the moon landing one.
Okay.
Everyone kind of.
I would like to address the Tom Hanks
That was
eating
current?
kids one. No one cares about that.
He probably drinks kids' blood. All well.
Well, no, because there was multiple people that's like, it keeps him young. Well, one thing,
This
Tom
dude does not look young.
Exactly. That's a great point.
He's
The other
technically
thing is,
142.
I think the main traction towards that is that he's part of the Hollywood elite. Which what was your pick, Bohemian Rhapsody, where all the elites.
Okay, he keeps doing it.
Well,
He knows what he's doing.
He's prodding you.
Yeah.
where
Trying to
all
get
the
you to
elites
attack
come
Because I
out.
interrupted him, so now he's...
I can't even talk here, man.
Keep
It's
going.
just
No,
like
keep going. You're
he
good.
just keeps interrupting. He just keeps going. My name's AJ. I have a beard. I have a girlfriend. Life's going great for me. I can do whatever I want.
Those are all compliments. But
You
Tom
name my
Hanks,
pick, you name it right, son.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks was part of the I guess one of the people that would go to Bohemian Rhapsody and just
All right.
hang out.
If
and
I'm-
and what they would do there is they would take children there and sacrifice them. I think that's a bit ridiculous. I could totally see no offense, Jeff Bezos. I could see you doing it, dude, because you look like a freak.
Oh, ouch.
But
Person
not Tom
attack.
Hanks.
So moon landing. We all think that's a good pick. That's one
No,
of the best
that's
ones.
real. That's fake as heck.
If you don't say Bohemian Grove, I'm going to find a way to personally spite you. I don't know how it'll happen. I don't know when it'll happen, but I will do it.
AJ's been over.
Sounds like a personal attack.
That's not a personal
No,
Sounds
it's
like a
just- it's
personal threat.
It is a threat.
It's got it's yeah, it's a little bit of a threat.
Threatening.
We can't deny that the
Not a
moon
threat,
landing.
It's a promise.
The
That would've
moon
been good.
landing was a great pick.
Yeah, it was because it's real.
It's like the
But isn't the same thing as Lewis's because it's been disproved?
I mean, all of these, I feel like.
Oh, okay. Nah, but
No.
whatever. Just quit witch hunting. Leave me alone.
Yes, it's
I'm a human
obviously
being, I'm your
not
friend.
true, but
I mean, I think it might be fake.
You just proved the point.
Okay, that's fair. I
had
think
it.
it might be fake.
you had him and then you let him go.
But I think it's fact that it's fake. You can't fake the shadows, dude.
There you go.
What about the waving of the flag?
Photoshop doesn't exist.
I don't know. I don't know math and physics and the
Astrophysics
in the
Yeah.
in the space.
out there.
well,
Like
that adds-
how do things work? I don't know.
Okay.
I can
you go.
explain two of them, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I was not getting into it.
Okay.
No, I don't care.
Well, then let's go ahead. It sounds like we're all pretty made up here. Let's go ahead and go to our closing 90 seconds. This is the last attempt the gentlemen get to sway for your vote and try to get some votes their way. We'll go back to the player order. The buzzword is still out there. Think conspiracy theories, and we'll go with Lewis.
Gay frogs.
We'll go with
They're
Lewis,
amphibious. They can't
starting
be-
JFK.
1, AJ 2, Arvind 3, Steven 4. Lewis, you have 90 seconds for your closing statements. Go ahead.
All right. I mean, I think my three are obviously the best. Birds aren't real. It's been talked about. It's probably brought up more often than a lot of them as a joke, maybe, but it's a theory. It's conspiracy. Get over it. Number 2, Obama's birth certificate, birth location. It's just outrageous that people would think that's wrong. That's what I went off, the ones that are kind of outrageous, that how could you believe that conspiracy theory? Because some conspiracy theories have some truth to them, you know. The best lies have a little bit of truth in it. So just go with that, I guess. COVID-19 and 5G, how it weakens immune systems, things like that. That's how everyone got it so quickly and rapidly. And I'll show these two jokesters the article and we're done because I don't research anything.
Okay.
But that's my 3. Vote for me like y'all have been. Y'all been showing out for me. I have the most wins on this show. I'm getting hated for it, but it's what happens when you're a champion. But, that's it.
4 wins. That's 4 on the season. All right. AJ, you're up. 90 seconds starts now.
If you vote for Lewis this week, you shouldn't watch our podcast anymore.
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna say it.
Personal.
Ouch.
No
Personal attack on the viewers? No.
Ow.
picks. It's all about the
God.
picks.
Gotcha. Okay.
Also, Steven couldn't give me the common courtesy to say my pick right. I don't care what I have to do. I will, if I have to cheat I will cheat to beat Steven this week. That's right. That's right. My picks were great. I thought Arvind's picks were really good. Vote for me. Let's give this show the respect it deserves and pick someone who had competent picks.
All right. He's good for 90 seconds. Steven, you are fourth, which is why Arvind goes next at third. So go ahead, Arvind, 90 seconds.
I've learned things before this podcast. For that reason, you will pick who you will pick. So number 3 was Disney. Number 2 was Denver Airport. And number 1 was the moon landing. Those are my 3.
Just straight and to the point, week in, week out. Not a lot of over-explaining. Uses his words very wisely. All right, you're fourth, Steven. 90 seconds starts now.
I don't think Lewis had the best picks last week. He won. Congratulations, Lewis. Don't want to take that away from him. And off the top of my head, I'm thinking conspiracy theories this week. I'm thinking Galileo, which is the Shroud of Turin, Galileo, Italy, Galileo, Thunder and Lightning, Bohemian Rhapsody, stupid pick. And then I don't know anything else. I can't even remember his first pick. I don't know why AJ came in here so frustrated. I thought we were just having fun and we were just hanging out with friends, having a good time. But clearly QAnon did something to him. And then everyone knows
That's an attack.
Everyone knows my picks. There's another interruption.
Did you say QAnon did something to him?
No. And then here's the other thing is everyone knows Bigfoot. Everyone knows Tom Hanks, and everyone knows the flat Earth theory.
Listen,
vote for me.
I have to give it was too much passive aggressiveness. I got to give you a card. I got to give you a card too, AJ, for interrupting because he got you.
Oh my God.
He baited you in and he got you. So Steven, you can't say the word me for the rest of the podcast. All right. AJ, I'm sorry. You have to endorse a player's pick as if you were in an airplane about to crash.
Do you mind?
Do it like you're crashing at the Denver airport.
We'll just give you 30 seconds.
60
All right.
months of budget.
What players pick would you like to endorse?
It would be poetic if it was mine.
You get to choose. Take your time.
I mean, I've never wanted to do something less in my life.
Yeah.
This is not justice at all.
Dude, card, sorry.
I think Steven's need to carry on to next week.
What do you mean?
I don't believe
Right?
so.
Because he can't even. We're about done with the podcast. His Tears card doesn't
Yeah,
even matter.
I get
Oh,
punished
game's
and
the
he
game.
doesn't get punished, basically.
The game's the game. It's the luck of the draw, buddy.
Luck of the draw with the
The
cards.
game's the game.
We might restructure it season 2. Look out for that.
Before the podcast started, Lewis was not saying the game's the game, by the way, just for any of you supporters out there.
All
right, AJ, take us home with an endorsement. Who are you going to pick?
All right, so I'm going to act like
The plane's going down.
the moon landing,
Okay.
but the plane's going down.
All right, yep.
Can I amend it? Can I be calling someone?
Sure, yeah. You can make a
And
phone
the plane's going down?
However you would react in the situation of the plane going down.
Personally.
That's how you, yeah.
I feel like you would be sentimental and
30
authentic.
seconds, get into character, really sell the picks for somebody, all right? Here we go.
Wait,
3.
no, I'm just picking one pick.
Okay. You could hone on the one.
Okay,
Do it the whole time. 30 seconds. Ready?
30 seconds.
Set.
Hold on.
Dial the phone. Use the phone for your 10 seconds.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Mom, I think something's gonna go wrong on the plane. I think we're starting to go down. But I just wanted you to know about Arvind's pick this week. He picked the moon landing. It was such a good pick, and I'm just really happy that I get to tell you this before I never talk to you again.
Keep going.
Before I never see you, I just want you to know what a great conspiracy theory the moon landing is. It's too good to be true, but it's still funny. It's still fun to talk
5
about.
seconds.
And Mom, I love you, but pick Arvind's pick this week. And
Oh,
Oh,
the phone cut off. Did you see how
Jeez.
dramatic?
That was
Wow.
great.
That was a great endorsement.
that was
Arvind,
good.
you should feel very, that's
I
a pretty
do.
good
I feel
endorsement.
great. I think a
I
bird
would
hit
never
the
dream
engine.
of picking either other people's pick, by the way.
Yeah.
Government
All right.
probably flew it into it.
There it is. Those are the picks.
Make sure you like.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
And if you're voting, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Just go ahead and do it. Press it.
Go do it.
500.